So I finally got around to playing Forspoken after finding a great deal on a new copy for only $17. About a year ago, I played the demo after I saw the ample amount of negativity and backlash towards the game, and I found the demo to be quite enjoyable, especially the core gameplay. Now, having played the full game, I have a new understanding of the main character Frey, the game's world, and the overall setting of the game. Frey was born an orphan, left inside the Holland Tunnel in New York City by her birth mother. After being rescued, her life was spent in different foster homes and living on the streets. However, despite her rough upbringing, when focused, she was an excellent student. Her academic achievements were praised by her teachers and peers. Her rough life led her to be a victim of New York street crime. She was stealing things to make money and doing other nefarious things just to get by. Trying to escape this life of crime, she started to save up a lump sum of cash to move out the city to start her life anew and to begin to find out who she truly is. After failing to pay her debt to a gang she was a part of, her apartment was set on fire and all of her cash that she was saving was burned. Now back living on the streets, she continues to do the only thing that she knows. Scavenging through the streets, she finds a piece of jewelry that looks like it could be worth a lot of money. However, when she picked up the jewelry and placed a gold-plated cuff on her wrist, she was transported into a new world. This plot kind of reminds me of an anime genre called Isekai. And Isekai is a subgenre of fantasy in which a character is suddenly transported from their world into a new or unfamiliar one. Some examples would be shows like Konosuba, Inuyasha, and Sword Art Online. Even the game referenced Alice Adventures in Wonderland, which is, the children's story about Alice waking up in a place that she wasn't familiar with and trying to learn her way. Now, having played the full game and understanding Frey's backstory, the online criticisms of Frey's character is flawed. The smart-ass remarks she gets criticized for have a reason to exist. A young orphan girl from New York City is transported into a magical world filled with disturbing creatures and weird elements, while a golden cuff that's permanently attached to her wrist is telling her that she's the key to fulfilling some type of destiny that she didn't even agree to be a part of. I will have trust issues and a negative attitude at the beginning just like she does. Later on in the game, she's introduced to new characters, starts to understand her fate, and becomes more positive as time goes on. So the criticisms of her character is from people who never gave the full game a chance and just likes to regurgitate everything they've read on social media to make themselves feel like they belong to a group. It's groupthink mentality, group hate, whatever you want to call it. And the talking cuff that she's wearing, who acts like your Navi to Link or Katana to Master Chief, is even more rude to people than she is. Once again, I preach, if you are interested in a game, try it yourself. Never let the opinions on the internet sway you into thinking something without curating your own opinion from trying the game yourself. Now, let's get into the gameplay. The gameplay is fun, it's fast, it's fluid, and it's very responsive. As you progress through the game, by gaining more XP, you unlock more special abilities to use at your disposal. It reminds me a lot of Hogwarts Legacy in that mixing your different magical abilities can create long combos to easily inflict damage to your opponents. At the end of every combat situation, you are graded on your performance with a letter grade on your flashiness, damage, and combos, similar to the Devil May Cry games. As I progressed and understood the combat mechanics, I noticed my combat grades started to increase. There's a learning curve when it comes to the combat systems. The boss battles are marvelous. My jaw drops at the amount of scale, the lighting of the particle effects, the fluidity of the traversal system, and just the overall presentation of the battles. There are sections in the battles that require your understanding on patterns, knowing when to strike the boss, knowing when to flee, knowing when to dodge. Overall, the boss battles are a sight to behold. While you progress through the game, you also unlock new traversal abilities. These allow you to perform different aerial tricks to explore the vast open lands. Mastering the movements can get you to places quicker. The open world is designed for Frey's abilities, thus it's vast and the things in it are spread out in a way that considers her movement. I wouldn't say the open world is empty by any means, especially when you can find unique items, side quests, hordes of enemies, trials, and more. The map kind of looks like a Ubisoft game with the amount of stuff that you could do. The world is created to be a playground for the traversal system, I should say. You even have towers that you can find in case you want to fast travel to certain areas, but where where's the fun in that? There are a lot of different enemy types as well, from corrupted humans to dragons to bears and other animals you'll find in wildlife to mystical creatures that will make your skin crawl. Each of these enemies fight completely different from each other and has to be dealt with differently as well. Depending on the elements, some of these enemies will have buffs, causing them to issue more damage to you or to take more damage from you. After the countless hours that I put into this game, I can say that I really enjoyed this title. Once I finish the main quest, I'm probably going to pick up the DLC if I can find that for a good deal as well. I don't know if this game is worth $70, but for $17, oh my god, I feel like I got a steal. I definitely recommend trying this game out for yourself if you could find it at a reasonable price. It's one of those games that's a good time waster. There's so many different things that you can do in the open world alone that creates some unique experiences. Overall, I'm really enjoying this game and I'm glad that I finally picked it up to try it for myself. Other than that, I appreciate you guys for watching this video and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.